You're still watching Arise 360. I'm your host, Kachi Ofia. Now, there is never ever a dull day in the music industry, so to keep up with all those headline-grabbing stories, let's take a look at some music news. So, the legendary Mariah Carey has filed a lawsuit against her former assistant for breaking a non-disclosure agreement as well as blackmailing her. So, Liana Azarian, who served as Mariah Carey's assistant from 2015 through November 2017, had secretly filmed Mariah engaged in personal activities which, if had been released, would have been personally embarrassing and professionally damaging to the singer. So evidence against Liana suggests that she had threatened to release or sell the footage unless Mariah Carey paid her. So the We Belong Together star will be suing for at least $3 million in damages. Well, with the release of Lifetime Surviving R. Kelly in less than a week after a plane flew over Sony Music's offices with a banner that read, "Drop Sexual Predator R. Kelly," a group of activists yesterday morning rallied outside Sony's New York headquarters and delivered a petition signed by 217,000 people demanding the release of R. Kelly from their label. So with approximately 80 protesters gathered in the cold, the demonstration was labeled the Rally to Meet R. Kelly and Protect Black Girls and included activist groups such as Care 2, Girls for Gender Equity, and Black Women's Blueprint. While the senior director of engagement at Care 2 stated that the label and sever all ties with Kelly immediately, rather than withholding any future music, as reports have suggested. Well, with her recent marriage to long-term heartthrob last month, it's no surprise that the rumor Miley churned out pregnancy stories about Miley and Liam Hemsworth is just going out of control. However, Miley took to her Twitter page to respond to these rumors as well as jump on the recent egg bandwagon. An egg is the most liked picture on Instagram. She tweeted that she was not egg-specting and was excited for the next chapter of their lives. Meanwhile, Miley joined a host of other stars to perform a tribute show for the late musician Chris Cornell. Well, Jimmy Kimmel hosted most of the 5-hour concert that took the sold-out crowd through Cornell's career and catalog, with performances from Adam Levine, Miguel, Chris Stapleton as well. And now let's talk about Justin Timberlake. You see, we're so excited that, he's getting better. The vocal cords are doing well. Well, he has crossed the $150 million threshold for his Man of the Woods tour, thereby shooting him to the Billboard's hot tours of the moment. Well, the singer, who was number 6 on the list at the end of last year, had to take a break due to bruised vocal cords. While returning to the stage this month, he has grossed $7.4 million from 3 shows. And has rescheduled cancelled tours before bringing it to an end on the 13th of April. Anyways, a new video of late American rapper and singer Lil Peep has just been released to go with his track 16 Lines. The song is taken from his posthumous album, Come Over When You're Sober Part 2, and then the visuals were shot in New York City shortly before the musician's death in 2017. So in case you're wondering what this video is about, Peep, who died aged 21 of a drug overdose, is found smoking on the couch and riding in the back of a van. Now, critics have described the new video as the portrait of a lonely star. I guess that's some of the things that social media will never show you. Talking about social media, how about we go out and find out some other things that, it's not willing to spill, but at Arise 360, we're ready to find. So let's take a look at what's trending. Now, there are new developments coming from Colin Kaepernick's camp regarding the Travis Scott's agreement to perform in the Super Bowl halftime show. So the former quarterback has been on social media and confirming that there is no mutual understanding or respect between the two. Kaepernick's girlfriend, Nessa Diab, and others close to the former quarterback have denied her previous reports that both Scott and Kaepernick had reached an understanding about the performance. So let's be clear, Kaepernick has not made a statement of his own, but has retweeted their comments on his own account. So I guess we should count that as some type of response now, shouldn't we? Anyways, another person that I feel we should just, snap out of here real quick is Soulja Boy. So, you see, the rapper is insisting, I can't even say this with a straight face, that he is responsible for Drake's success and he wants everyone to know it. So on Wednesday morning, the rapper appeared on a very popular radio program, The Breakfast Club, I love them, where he was asked about a few familiar faces in the music industry. And let's just say he didn't hold back when he was sharing his thoughts. So the show's host insisted Drake was the biggest rapper in the world. And Soulja Boy made it clear that he disagreed, even saying he taught Drake everything he knows. But you see, Drake wasn't the only artist he came for. When Kanye West was mentioned, oh my goodness, Soulja Boy couldn't help but question Kanye's thoughts about politics and even mocked his Yeezy fashion line. Well, we'll share more shady comments, but maybe it's best to just watch the whole interview for yourself and make sure you have like a little popcorn, maybe a nice drink, so you can have a really good laugh, because thinking about it, oh my God, I couldn't hold back. Anyway, so if you know Cardi B well, you know she does not shy away from making her feelings known, and that's one of the reasons we love her. So the rapper is the latest pop star to attack the U.S. President Donald Trump after his administration called thousands of civil servants back to work without pay due to the government shutdown. Well, Cardi voiced her sympathy for federal workers in a very strongly worded Instagram post. She told fans it was time to take action, but admitted she wasn't entirely sure what that would entail. Minutes after her post, it began trending, unsurprisingly, and several people, including U.S. senators, began retweeting. So you see, Cardi B is just, slowly getting her way in every nook and cranny. She shut down music. She's about to do the same with politics. Who knows? Anyways, let's head over to another quick break. Don't go away. Coming up, it is going to be the oh-so-classy world of arts and culture. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Arise 360. I am Kachi Offius. So it is from social media to the more sophisticated side of things now, where we're not really laughing so much, because we're about to show you what's been grabbing everyone's attention over the last 24 hours in the very exciting world of arts and culture. Now, while the world awaits Steven Spielberg's adaptation and reimagining of the classic musical West Side Story, Sydney's Opera House is putting on its own production. So an all-singing, all-dancing supporting cast will take on the show's legendary score, original choreography, and Stephen Sondheim's memorable lyrics at Sydney Harbour. Now, if you don't know already, West Side Story is a modern take on the classic tale of Romeo and Juliet. The 1961 film won 10 Academy Awards, becoming the record holder for the most wins for a movie classic. And a decision by Taiwan's National Palace Museum to lend a very rare 1,000-year-old calligraphy to Japan has sparked outrage in China. So the calligraphy, titled "Requiem to My Nephew," was painted by Yan Zhenqin, who is considered to be one of the greatest calligraphers in China. The artwork was preserved in China for centuries until it was taken to Taiwan in the 1940s. Since then, it's been kept securely in Taiwan's National Palace Museum, and this is only the second time the work has been loaned overseas. Well, news of the loan shocked many users on Chinese social media website Weibo, many of whom reacted with anger. It has now been displayed in Tokyo as part of an exhibition titled "Unrivaled Calligraphy, Yan Zhenqin and His Legacy." Anyway, Singapore's main contemporary art fair has suddenly been called off just 1 week ahead of its opening. So this is causing havoc amongst the 45 participating galleries and, of course, their artists. So in a letter to exhibitors, the Art Stage Fair's founder and president wrote that he was forced to immediately stop the preparations for the exhibition. Footfall and sales has been declining in recent years, so the cancellation is likely due to some commercial reasons. Anyways, some galleries are offering to support to ensure that the months of preparation for the Art Stage Singapore do not entirely go to waste. It will be such a bummer. Anyways, let's go over to Brazil, where they're saying, they're making progress in rebuilding vast collection of artifacts and fossils lost in the massive fire in September last year. Well, the 200-year-old museum in Rio de Janeiro housed a collection of 20 million items, including Egyptian and Greco-Roman artifacts, and the oldest human skull found in the Western Hemisphere. It was also once the home of the Portuguese royal family. Well, the museum's director says Germany is also helping out with rebuilding efforts and is currently in talks with the French government. So if you know this, on Arise 360, we absolutely love anything fashion. And the 50th Fall-Winter Fashion Week in Hong Kong kicked off earlier this week at the Hong Kong Conventional and Exhibition Center. So this season, the spotlight is on young design talents as past winners and finalists from the Hong Kong Young Fashion Designers Contest showcased their latest collections. Now, amongst them was Arthur Wong, whose theme this season referred to the moment when flowers bloom. Fellow designer Jason Lee said the inspiration behind his streetwear collection came from the brushes and strokes of Chinese calligraphy. So if you've been following the show, a few nights ago, talk show host Jimmy Fallon and Lin-Manuel Miranda joined forces for an episode of The Tonight Show filmed on the set of Hamilton's new Puerto Rico production. Now, the result was partly a musical, partly a sit-down chat, and partly an outdoor performance set on an island that is struggling with the devastation of Hurricane Maria. Well, the episode became a larger statement about Puerto Rico's Americanness and the need to keep its recovery in the public eye. Now, we have put together a lot of great stuff for you in film and television, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take another short break. You want to stay tuned to Arise 360. When we return, it will be all about movies and television. Don't miss it.